Hey everyone, Damien Dudovich here from the Internet once more, bring you a free-for-all Dawn of War Soulstorm replay on the Biffy's Peril map. So yeah, basically it's every man for himself, and yeah, we'll just start with the players. So we got Hellstorm as the Space Marines on the west, or the left I guess, Mr. Pickle as the Imperial Guard on the north, and Justice 160493 as the Chaos Space Marines. And yeah, on the bottom we have the Computer 1 player, so it's a sentient AI, spawning in as the Tau as a Tau player. So why not? So just have to hope it doesn't gain any measure of self-awareness that makes it want to destroy the Earth or anything like that. Who knows, eh? Who knows? Yeah, we'll just check out their opening build. So yeah, it looks like Justice is going for only a barrack, so maybe he's going to get a... oh yeah, he's going to build a plasma generator as well. And yeah, he's going to start off with Chaos Space Marines. And this Tower player is going to be going for a... or computer player, whatever. Is going to be going for a Crude Squad and Stealth Burst Cannon enhancements. A very strange build order, to say the least. Yeah, as for the Space Marine player, he's going for regular Space Marine Squad, and yeah, just regular build of a plasma generator. And we're seeing pretty similar stuff for this... Imperial Guard players, although he's actually going for a couple of early plasma generators, so probably going for maybe a faster tier 2 coupled with a early vehicle start. Maybe we'll see what happens, because normally they only start with one plasma generator, then add in some extra ones a bit later rather than at the beginning. So yeah, just see what's happening here. Not too much at the moment. There we go. Might have a possible confrontation between the Chaos Space Marine player and the Imperial Guard player here. Looks like he's decided to start off with a Space Marine squad, no force, rather Chaos Lord out yet, and Computer 1's just screwing around there.
Position secure.
So yeah, they're not doing too much either. So yeah, the chances are they'll just screw around as a computer player normally would, or a screwy player, I suppose. A screwy player would screw around. But anyway, so yeah, they're just standing around, not doing too much though. I'm just trying to see if anyone's going to be doing anything too different. Doesn't appear to be the case. Imperial Guard players going for a relatively standard build. No one's going for tier 3 just yet though. Yeah, it looks like everyone's just busy fortifying their points, and yeah, they might move out after. Here we go. We've got Chaos Space Marines moving out with what's going to be a full squad of Chaos Space Marines actually, so you wouldn't see that too often. Usually you'd see them divided into smaller squads in case if they get caught in melee. But the thing with Chaos Space Marines is that they actually don't do such bad damage in melee, and so as a result, yeah, they're not too bad against the melee troops. But thing is, these crit carnivores, they're dedicated melee troops, so they'll be able to tear apart these Chaos Space Marines. If, of course, the computer player decided to build more than or rather to train more than three crit carnivores. This is going to be a kind of ridiculous battle. What the hell, we'll see if we can get a nice little close oh, what do you know, they're actually interesting. I thought Chaos Space Marine player was actually going to leave his squad there, but instead he's actually pulling them back and just sending a bunch of cultists to kill the crude carnivores. There you go. Getting killed by cultists, that's kind of funny really. Now, speaking of which, looks like he's actually fully reinforced this cultist squad as well, so it looks like he'll be using them pretty heavily as a meat shield by the looks of it. And yeah, Space Marine player decided to put up a turret in case if the computer player decides to be a bit annoying. And yeah, we've got a heavy bolted turret being built by the Imperial Guard player. Not going to tier 2 just yet though. As for the Space Marine player, yeah, he's building a Chaos, or he's training a Chaos Lord. And yeah, just bring in another squad of Chaos Space Marines. He's not reinforcing them. We've got a bit of a confrontation in the middle, but yeah, the Space Marine player manages to hold off his adversary, and yeah, manages to retain control. So, wow, I get pretty decent vision with that control, or rather with that critical location actually. And that's kind of funny, sending in just another squad of crude carnivores, which for whatever reason has not been reinforced. So yeah, I don't see this computer player doing too much. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if they're actually on the easy difficulty setting, because I'm pretty sure even on the hard difficulty setting they would be you know, they'll be doing a bit more than just sending in the occasional Kroot squad. And oh, there we go. Deciding to mix up their strategies now. They're sending in a Fire Warrior squad. My God, it's learning. It's becoming self-aware. Self-aware. My God, the humanity, eh? But anyway, so yeah, this Kroot kind of a squad finally withdrawing after getting almost killed there. If they linger around, they'll actually get killed. And at the same time, though, we've got a bit of an engagement by the Space Marine player with the Imperial Guard player. So yeah, I think he's just sending in the Scout Marines just to scout, strange enough, what's happening. And yeah, it looks like the Imperial Guard player is going to stay in Tier 1 for a bit longer, is building a tactical control, which is basically their armory building. As for the Space Marine player, not gone to Tier 2 yet. Same for the Cow Space Marine player. Not entirely sure why, because as you can see, Space Marine player is holding quite a few resources in reserve for no particular reason, really. So, given the state of the other players, it looks like as if they're probably doing the same thing here as well. Yeah, funnily enough, the Tau player is actually going to be the first one to go to Tier 2. Or maybe he's going to be tied. Or okay, be tied. We're first going to Tier 2 with the Imperial Guard player. So, actually, no, it'll be second really, because the Imperial Guard players managed to advance to Tier 2 a bit further than Tau player. As for Tau player, it's a bit of a strange location to put his Tier 2 building right in the open here. Get destroyed, and it doesn't have that much health really. For a building, it could get destroyed relatively easily. Well, that's what the hell this computer plays for you. And yeah, it looks like Space Marine player is going to be staying in Tier 1 for much longer. He's just building a couple more heavy bolter turrets, and to be honest, I don't think it's really worth building all these heavy bolter turrets. Because really, I mean, when you enter Tier 2, you can destroy those heavy bolter turrets so easily, even just with regular troops. Just ridiculous. And yeah, it looks like Chaos Space Marine player finally deciding to make a push against the Tau player. Probably sees him as an easy target, so and chances are we'll probably see him capturing these outlying points as well, just to secure some more income for himself too. Well, why not, eh? It's a pretty good opportunity to go to Tier 2 actually for the Space Marine player. He's got more than enough resources to do that, both in terms of power and requisition. Now, of course, he's not going to do that, which is just standard. And there we go, we've got Scout Marines. Oh, that's interesting, they've decapped this point, I think. Didn't quite see that. Huh. Now they're going to capture it, wow. Heavy bolter turret has been created. I think it's out of range. Yeah, it's out of range of those Scout Marines are out of range of the heavy bolter turrets. So a pretty big mass of Imperial Guardsmen here. Looks like they've been properly upgraded. And yeah, we're just getting the usual upgrades for the Guardsmen there. And here we go. We might see a bit of a all-in assault, at least a full assault of Space Marines being used, but unfortunately they haven't been upgraded with anything at all, so they're going to get torn by all these grenades being launched, and of course by the heavy bolter turret in the background firing at them too, so not exactly the best of moves. Oh yeah, and another thing to mention as well, these heavy bolter turrets, they got pretty long range as you can see, but the thing is, these Imperial Guardsmen, when you equip them with grenade launchers, the grenade launchers actually have a longer range than the heavy bolter turrets, and you can actually get those grenade launchers in Tier 1, so yeah, it just made even less sense for the Space Marine player to bother building heavy bolter turrets at all, given that Imperial Guardsmen can be pretty cheaply upgraded to use those grenade launchers, but yeah, what can you do? At the same time, the Space Marine commander was floating all these resources, and he's still not, oh no, he's at Tier 2 now, finally, wow. Our players just deciding to do a bit of harassment here. And yeah, also a bit of harassment on the Space Marine players' base as well. Awaiting orders. Just have a look. Okay, so yeah, we do have an armory built somewhere, no upgrades being researched. So given the amount of Space Marine squads we have though, yeah, it looks like he's going for a scout with a sergeant as the beginning, you know, which is a pretty good choice really. Over a heavy weapon, but what makes them particularly potent is when you actually get the plasma pistol upgrade. It's at the armory. because yeah, that gives all the sergeants plasma pistols. Yeah, makes them more right at ranged combat because they've already got a infantry heavy high armor, which is the elite infantry armor, and they get more health in terms of well, more health cost than Space Marines. But for whatever reason, the Space Marine players not deciding to do that. And yeah, we actually got a bit of a two-pronged attack by the Chaos Space Marines and by the Space Marines as well. So just having a look. Yeah, they haven't seen each other yet, but chances are yeah, they'll run into each other sometime soon. For whatever reason, Imperial Guard player doesn't seem to be taking advantage of that. He's just leaving his guys behind. He's got a vehicle plant though, but he hasn't gone up to tier 3 just yet. Signals also come out for the Chaos Space Marine player, while they're still destroying the tier 2 building for the Tower player, which is kind of funny really. So yeah, Tower player is just going to be a bit of a pushover. Looks like they're sending in a squad of Vespins, but yeah, they're just getting torn down so quickly by these regular Space Marines. Let's see what they're being upgraded with. So relatively actually no, that's not standard at all. He's actually upgrading 2 squads of all 4 weapon upgrades, which yeah, that doesn't really work that well in my opinion. I mean, it's good to have a mixture of weapons, but usually you'd have a mixture of weapons such as plasma guns and missile launchers, or maybe heavy bolters and missile launchers, but or maybe even plasma guns with flamers. But the thing is, flamers, they've got such a ridiculously low range that they're not usually really worth combining with other weapons, because they actually do pretty good, but the thing is, if you're not in range of your opponent, or rather if they're not in range of flamers, then they're not going to do much. So it doesn't really make much sense to use flamers with heavy bolters or with missile launchers. Usually better to have a dedicated squad of flamers to do to do morale damage, or to possibly combine them with the plasma rifles. So yeah, it looks like we've got a vehicle plant out for the Chaos players, going with the Defiler, and yeah, just building a whole bunch of plasma generators. Don't see any heavy weapons upgrades for these Chaos Space Marines for whatever reason. Oh, doesn't actually doesn't have an armory yet, so yeah, it looks like he's going to be going vehicle heavy. As for this Imperial Guard player, not really doing too much either, so still a tier 2. I don't really see any vehicles or anything out for him. And yeah, as you can see, we've got the first vehicle out for the Space Marine Commander, which is Hellfire Dreadnought, which is not such a shabby vehicle to start off with. It's got pretty decent armor, as you can see. It doesn't do... Oh, no, wait a minute. Oh, no, that's a regular Dreadnought. I think I said a Hellfire Dreadnought, actually, because it had an assault cannon. Huh. Interesting choice. Yeah, you wouldn't normally see a Dreadnought being upgraded with any of these secondary weapons, because it actually removes one of the close-range hydraulic arms, or whatever they're meant to be, and that actually halves its melee damage. And plus, in terms of cost, damage for cost, its ranged weapons aren't that good either, really. So to upgrade it with an assault cannon, then just put it straight into melee is a bit of a strange thing to do. I mean, an assault cannon on a Dreadnought, I mean, you might as well just get a instead of get a Dreadnought with ranged weapons, you might as well just get a Hellfire Dreadnought, because a Hellfire Dreadnought, at the very least, it comes with a missile launcher and an assault cannon, both on the same handy package. It doesn't do melee damage, and I think it's got a bit less health, but it does pretty good damage with the assault cannon, and it's wow, we've got another Dreadnought coming out. But and yeah, its missile launcher isn't too shabby against vehicles. But the thing is, its missile launcher, it's actually got a pretty massive range. It's got 40 range compared to, say, I think 30 or 35 range of, say, heavy bolters, for example. So it actually and it disrupts the hell out of infantry as well. Got a pretty wide area of effect, so functions pretty well as a makeshift artillery unit. And of course, if infantry try to get closer to it, it has the Vulcan cannon or machine gun or whatever it has to deal with them as well. So yeah, a bit of a strange unit choice by the Space Marine player, and I'm not entirely sure what exactly is keeping this Chaos Space Marine player at bay. In fact, we're not seeing too much being done by any of these players, really. We're just seeing them sit back and just accumulate resources, so it makes me think maybe they agreed beforehand that they're just going to sit back and accumulate resources, and when they reach their caps, as squad and vehicle caps, maybe they'll just go for an all-out brawl, but that couldn't be the case because we've seen them doing a couple of small attacks on each other's flanks, or rather on each other's base, I should say. Wow, here comes another Dreadnought Missile Cannon. Wow, just throwing them away at this point. But yeah, fine, we've got a bit more action taking place. Sorry, a bit more action taking place in the middle here. Yeah, this Defiler's not going to be able to do too much damage, to say the least, given that Space Marine players decided to go for a balanced weapon approach. And he's actually got all three commanders out, so he's got the Plasma Pistol upgrade, and I think the, yeah, he's got the Power Fist upgrade as well, so there you go. Quite a bit of fisting, so to speak, but anyway, got commander upgrades coming out, and he's going to tier 3 as well. As for the Chaos player, he's going to tier 3 as well, and he's actually got 3 sacrificial circles for some reason, not entirely sure why. Usually one is more than suffice. Got some graphical glitches. These turrets, as you can see. Looks like as if they're just trying to, yeah, they're just bombarding this this thing post of artillery, not really doing that much damage. Oh, what do you know? I think, wait a minute, there's no way they could have done that with those shells. I think maybe one of them would have loaded the Earthshaker round, I think is what it's called. Huh, interesting. And yeah, we've got the Chaos Space Marines coming into the tail player's base. And also just doing a bit of light harassment. This thing post unfortunately didn't even bring it down to half health, so Space Marine player do pretty well to start repairing that. In fact, he do pretty good not to just float his resources for that matter. So given that not too much is happening at the moment, I mean we are seeing some battles here, but really the computer player has just been a complete pushover, which makes me wonder if he's been on tier, not on tier, but on easy difficulty at the same time. And the Space Marine player has just been pushing out a bit, but really not doing that much. So what we might do is we might just speed up the game until something more interesting happens. Oh, what do we have here? Indeed. So I didn't quite... yeah, I don't know, I didn't really see... ah, there we go. Looks like something's happening there. So yeah, it looks like the sniper unit, whatever it's called. The assassin? Yeah, the Imperial Guard, they had an assassin unit. I can't quite remember what it was called though. I think it was the Vindicare Assassin, something like that. Where the hell did he go though? Oh, that's right. We're not gonna. Actually, yeah, we should see him because of actually, no, I wouldn't see him. I have to just see where he is. So there we go. So he's the just the assassin. Just switch back to the Space Marines' point of view, and yeah, what do you know? We've actually got a the Chaos Space Marines actually getting boxed in by the Space Marine forces. But that might not be such a bad idea, actually. At the bot, yes indeed. So yeah, it looks like the Tau player has been completely destroyed. The Demon Prince has come in to the mix, and yeah, pretty good use of orbital bombardment actually, but yeah, able to do a bit of damage to the Chaos player's troops. However, yeah, he retreated them before too much damage could be dealt. So I think it's just more of placing a temporary buffer between the Space Marine player's troops and the Chaos Space Marine player's troops. Yeah, it looks like possessed squads have come in to do a bit of damage, but they've been killed off pretty quickly. And yeah, it looks like the Chaos Space Marine player's force is actually going to get killed off entirely. So the only oh, we've got some cloaked Chaos Space Marines there. So yeah, it looks like we've got Demon Prince, bunch of Space Marines, but his base is completely defenseless. And yeah, we do have a pretty good... there we go, there they are. So we do have the Librarian providing a pretty good detection for these Space Marine player, for the Space Marine player to shoot the Chaos troops. And yeah, as you can see, it's just running through a pretty bad field of fire. And what do you know, we've actually got the... well, quite a few guys talking once, but anyway, because I'd selected 3 of them at once, but anyway, looks like they're being grouped together, I think, to just be used as a regular triple hero build, really. And yeah, looks like we'll be peeling off the chaplain there to basically yell a bit and destroy that listing post. What is he doing? Wow, he's actually bringing listing post behind. I mean, he's leaving it behind. Wow, that's rather surprising. Wow, Demon Prince is looking for some action there. Alright then, looks like nothing's going to happen again for a while, so we better fast forward. Bam. Pretty good shot by the artillery piece there, actually. So that definitely was an earth shake around, so able to do a bit of damage there. And there we go, looks like we've got the Space Marines marching into battle against the Imperial Guard, and for whatever reason they're not actually capturing these points or establishing a second base or anything. Which is a bit surprising, really. Just need a couple of Scout Marines and be able to have these 5 points capped pretty easily, but keen to do. Looks like all players in general seem to be going for a little bit more of a relaxed game, but to be honest I'd rather see a bit more action rather than them just sitting back. But, in any case, looks like we're finally going to get that action. Wow, that's quite a few heavy weapons teams they have there. Upgraded with las cannons, so there's, las cannons, yeah. So they do pretty good damage against vehicles and buildings, but against troops they don't do quite as well. So yeah, hell of a meat grinder actually. Looks like the Space Marine player is going to get his forces destroyed, and provided that... Oh, what do you know, he's actually got a Land Raider here. Wow, that's going to get torn up pretty quickly by these heavy weapons teams. I'll actually manage to take out some of their... some of the troops of the Imperial Guard, but yeah, facing off against this sort of Imperial Guard force, I don't like the Land Raider's chances, but he is actually managing to do quite a bit of damage. And down he goes though, so Space Marine player not even bothering to try to conserve him or anything, so... Got elite troops being brought out again, not too much else. Probably should be better off building another vehicle plant so we can actually build as many vehicles as possible. So actually a couple of Predators coming out. Hopefully that'll make a bit of difference, and I might just fast forward again. So Chaos Space Marine players just building a couple of heavy bolter turrets, because you know they're just so useful against Space Marines equipped with rocket launchers and well, just about anything the Imperial Guard has that either has grenades or well, or any sort of explosive weapons, I suppose. So yeah, just watch these Space Marines running around like a little Benny Hill show. So yeah, up it goes. You know, like the Benny Hill music, you know. So anyway, just like that, yeah. So yeah, they managed to capture 1 point. Will they capture another point? Who knows? And there we go. Managed to capture a 2nd point. Bam. Captured. That's right. Oh, it looks like we've even got Whirlwind being brought out. It's a pretty rarely seen vehicle. Because yeah, the thing is, this Whirlwind, it costs 4 vehicle cap, and yeah, it doesn't really do anything that special. I mean, sure, it launches missiles from a long range, but yeah, it's relatively fragile. It doesn't get any special abilities like the Basilisk does with its Earthshake around. And really, instead of using the Whirlwind, you can just use a cheaper Hellfire Dreadnought. And yeah, I mean, it doesn't have the same range as the Whirlwind, of course, but yeah, it does about the same amount of disruption. It doesn't take as much vehicle cap, and it's much cheaper as well. And yeah, we finally got the Baneblade out for the Imperial Guard. So just getting damaged a bit by these Predators, but these Predators, yeah, fall relatively quickly. The 2nd one's going to fall, and I don't see any building units repairing it though, so Imperial Guard player will certainly do himself a favour if he can actually do that. Wow, Sergeant's decided to remain pretty far behind there. He might actually end up surviving because of that. And we actually got another Whirlwind being built. Wow. Oh, here we go. We finally got the secondary base being built for the Space Marines. And yeah, looks like he's finally managing to capture these points. Okay, so... Oh, that's right, it's because he has a critical location there. Surprised he hasn't fortified these points yet. I mean, I suppose a Chaos Space Marine player could destroy those listing posts relatively quickly, but given how passive players have been so far, it's... just fast forward again. It's not very likely it's going to happen anytime soon. And yeah, a couple of fighters being sent in vain, killed off, and yeah, there goes the relic point for these Space Marines. But I'm pretty sure, yep, we still got one there. Wow, I think we've got that assassin trying to do some damage then. Well, you know, Dreadnought actually being dropped in, just dropping in, you know, to say for a friendly hello and goodbye, as you can see. And yeah, we've still got the Baneblade for some reason going into the Space Marine player's base without any support. Not really the smartest thing to do. And yeah, we've got the it looks kind of funny actually, but anyway, we've got the Assault Space Marine, Assault Terminators coming in to do some damage. And yeah, an interesting ability of these Assault Terminators is that every time they strike with their hammers, and actually hit the target of course, they have a certain chance of stunning that target, or at least stopping it from doing any attacks of its own. So if you have the entire squad attacking a single unit, then you can actually disable that unit pretty consistently actually. So they're pretty good against super units as a result, or just really any big, any single powerful unit really in general. And they do pretty good damage against demons, so that certainly make them a pretty natural counter to the Bloodthirster and to the, I think the Demon Prince also uses the demonic armor rather than the commander armor. Oh, and there you go, looks like we've got the Bloodthirsters here to, yeah, to test how good these Assault Terminators are going to be. So Chaos Space Marine player is still deciding to hold back the majority of his troops there. I think he just wants to watch the Imperial Guard and Space Marine player get their bases, or rather, get their forces whittled down before attacking. Gore maybe just feels like sitting around and not doing much. So we've got the Bloodthirster standing around, or rather flying around, not really doing much. Not sure what he's planning to do really. Okay, there we go, he's going to just go on a bit of a base destruction, or a trail of base destruction I suppose would be a better way of putting it. So we've got a couple of Dreadnoughts out, and yeah, we can't actually got a Predator just waiting to come out as well, but of course the Space Marine players reached the squad limit. And yeah, we finally got the Chaos Space Marine player sending in the rest of his forces here. So by the looks of it, he's probably looking to finish off the Space Marine player's forces, maybe finish off the Imperial Guard's base, and then maybe go for the Space Marine player and engage him directly. See, as you can see, that the Monorous battle tank its combat ability is, well, reduced to 0 thanks to all those Assault Terminators shooting at it at once, and yeah, it just really makes him such a good counter to that. And yeah, here come the Chaos Space Marine players' forces to do a bit of damage as well. So yeah, it looks like, wow, the Bayblade's actually down? Too bad I missed that. But yeah, the Bloodthirster is going to get killed off quickly as well, and we actually got another Baneblade being built for the Imperial Guard player. So if he can actually get the second, or rather the replacement Baneblade out, well, actually no, there's no way he'd be able to thwart this rather large force of Chaos Space Marines and demonic units and all that. And yeah, down goes the Mars Pattern Commander anyway. See, I think for some reason the Space Marine player decided to send in a Dreadnought just to get torn up there. Might just be better off letting the Chaos player maybe destroy this Imperial Guard base and yeah, just rebuilding his army slowly. And then, yeah, maybe just striking directly at the Chaos Space Marine player's base. Because the thing is, the regular Space Marine player, he's got a second base, while the Chaos Space Marine player does not. So if they go for a bit of a base race, then Space Marine player should win that. You never know, but he probably should win that. Unless, of course, the Chaos Space Marine player decides to maybe put down his own HQ building where the Imperial Guard's base was. But the problem is, though, the Space Marine player already has an entire new base built here. So he's even got the basic production building, Sacred Artifact, machine cult, barracks and all that. So even if he loses the entirety of his base, I suppose he'll have to rebuild the orbital relay, he'll be able to still, be able to build vehicles and troops and stuff like that. Although by the looks of it, he'll have to tech up back to tier 2 and 3 though. Because yeah, it looks like this is just a regular stronghold. And yeah, it looks like we finally got the Chaos Space Marine player coming over to pay the Space Marine player a visit. So, Bloodthirster leading the way. Predators, looks like yeah, only one of them has had their one of their main guns upgraded to a twin-linked Swansoon. And looks like the Bloodthirster is about to get destroyed, although it's managed to do a bit of damage. It might actually take out this Whirlwind to get on, but and yes, we'll be able to disrupt these infantry units a bit. Actually, I suppose another advantage the Whirlwind has, besides longer range over the Hellfire Dreadnought, is that you can blindly fire, or rather you can get it to attack the ground, so you can actually fire in the fog of war. But really, for a for a vehicle squad cap, it's still a bit lacking, really. So I'm really surprised that the Space Marine players decided to stick with it, given how crappy it did earlier on in the game. There we go, got a nice orbital bombardment being used. Yep, a few more shots going to be directed at those Predators. Unfortunately, it looks like the Space Marine player's lost both of his Predators. Oh, he's got a Land Raider out though, and with the Chaos losing their own super unit, which was the Bloodthirster, should be able to turn the battle actually. So now still both Chaos Predators are still alive and kicking though, but yeah, they're both down to half health. So yeah, they'll most likely get killed off relatively quickly. Yeah, there goes one. And there goes both, so they both actually went down simultaneously. And yeah, we've got a Dreadnought dropping into Say Hi as well. Wow, we've got a pretty large, massive defilers here, with a fourth one coming in. Don't think that's really going to do too much good for the Chaos Space Marine player, especially since we'll probably see Predators coming out. Well, Hellstorm could really do with Predators. And it was probably should send out that Whirlwind so it actually does some damage as well, but whatever. So just having a look. Yeah, we're not seeing any Predators for the Chaos Space Marine player. So yeah, it looks like it's a whole bunch of Defilers supported by stationary structures. Ah, here we go. We do have a Predator coming out for this Space Marine player. Yeah, is actually deciding to upgrade all of the both Sponsoons and the main gun to our las cannons. Might as well, really. I mean, he's mostly going to be facing buildings and vehicles by the looks of it, although there is a sizable, well, a troop army, but at the same time, though, he's got his own elite troops and standard troops. Yeah, he's actually got both Assault Terminators and Grey Knights. Where's the Chaplain? So it looks like Chaplain hasn't been attached to any squad for whatever reason. Yeah, I don't really see what the Chaos Space Marine player is going to be able to do. But it looks like the game does go for a couple more minutes. We might see a nice little last stand by the Chaos Space Marine player. And you never know, you might be able to turn things around. I've seen it happen before. It's not likely, but it does happen. Just not very often. Yeah. But yeah, I don't like the Chaos Space Marine player's chances, although what the hell is the Space Marine player doing? He's teleported his Terminator straight into a batch of Khorne Berserkers, who as you can see are pretty high on Cornflakes. And yeah, they're just being caught in melee there. He's lost the Land Raider, amazingly. But his Predator's still online though, but he's using it against possessed Chaos Space Marines, so yeah, not really the best unit choice, given that his latest cannons would be mostly effective against vehicles. But we do have a second Predator tank coming in, and a Dreadnought dropping in as well, just to see how they're doing. So this Whirlwind, I'm pretty sure is out of range. Otherwise, I'm pretty sure he'd be firing automatically. And what do you know, I think we've got a Demon Prince coming out, just knocking troops around as well. But thankfully, we've got the commander units. Well, a single commander unit, and oh wow, actually, seeing the majority of the Space Marines' forces being decimated. But the thing is, Chaos Space Marine player does not have a second base. The Space Marine player does, so he can more easily afford to build his elite stuff up, his expensive vehicles, even his super units, much more so than the Chaos Space Marine player can. So, unless if the Chaos Space Marine player heavily outplays the Space Marine player, probably we'll see the Chaos Space Marine player get whittled down. Still is managing to hold his own though at the moment, but really, we'll look at their both of their incomes. So we've got 134 and 103 for the Space Marine player, and 83 and 50 for the Chaos Space Marine player. So yeah, Chaos Space Marine player is just going to get whittled down, and if he concentrates on just destroying the incoming Space Marine forces, then yeah, he's not really going to be able to make a victory out of this, in my opinion. But then again, for him to really get a victory, because that's the thing though, if he just decides to ignore the Space Marine player's troops and just goes straight for Space Marine player's base, it's still going to be a bit of a crappy base race for the Chaos Space Marine player. So if he can sneak a builder maybe up here, maybe build a secondary base or at least a second HQ or something, he might stand a chance, but at the moment though it doesn't look like that's going to happen. Actually, it looks like as if he is sending the Bloodthirster to bypass the Space Marine player's force, and yeah, it actually is forcing the Space Marine player to send his troops back. So if the Space Marine player is not careful, might actually lose his HQ, which is at tier 3 at the moment. This HQ is still at tier 1 though, so it wouldn't be good at all. Although we do have a Land Raider out, the Space Marine player, and a Dreadnought out as well, so yeah, it's epic face-off indeed. So yeah, this Bloodthirst is going to go down pretty quickly. Actually, oh, it doesn't have as much health, but yeah, Land Raider doesn't really need as much health because it's got the Hellstorm, we've got the Dreadnought being used, and the Land Raider being used as well. So just check the names actually. So we've got Hellstorm versus Justice, so I might just call them by their names now, since the number of players has reduced. So yeah, there you go, down goes the Bloodthirster. Just yeah, we gotta get a good view there, so down it goes. Oh, there comes the whirlwind, just kind of glitching through the camera there. Well, not really glitching, but you know, sort of clipping through the camera. Wow, we do have a pretty sizable Chaos Space Marine force though. And Space Marine player, for whatever reason, has floating quite a few resources. I mean, he could easily afford another squad of there we go, we've got Assault Terminators coming out, so that should hopefully help a bit. Cornflakes, the Corn Berserkers, should I say, are making mincemeat out of these Space Marines. Certainly not the best position for them to be in, especially since they've been upgraded with heavy weapons, which are going to waste. Although Corn Berserkers will get destroyed, but at the same time they managed to inflict pretty heavy casualties on the Space Marine player. And by the looks of it, though, he's got a pretty sizable, wow, very sizable force of cloaked Chaos Space Marines. And we don't have any detectors out for the Space Marine player, but we have sent in a Terminator squad to do a bit of damage to the Chaos Space Marine player's base. But wow, we might actually see the Chaos Space Marine player turn this around. That would be incredible. It'd be surprising, no doubt about it. Yeah, it'd be incredible to say the least. So the Bliss Raiders, I think they're going to get caught into melee with this Dreadnought. Oh no, the Dreadnought's dead actually, but in any case, yeah, they're going to get killed pretty quickly. And we've still got a force of, oh well, actually we've got Assault Terminators and regular Terminators. Looks like they're stunning this Defiler, doing a bit of damage to that. We've got a second Defiler coming out though, which should be a bit of a problem. And of course we've still got the pretty large force of cloaked Chaos Space Marines just tearing up this Predator. Do we have something? Yep, we've got a Librarian coming out. Given the circumstances, it's probably better to send in the send in a squad of well, regular Space Marines and well, I suppose it'd be ideal, of course, to send in everything against the Chaos Space Marine player. But given the current resources, I'd say yeah, the Space Marine player could really afford a second, or rather just another Space Marine squad just to help escort this Librarian, just to help deal damage to the Chaos Space Marines as well. So what do you know, we might actually see a bit of a base race here. But the Space Marine player does have the advantage though, he does have an entire new base set up. Oh, actually, yeah, this is where he's building the Land Raider from, not that. So yeah, we'll probably see the Chaos Space Marine player's base get destroyed. Oh, here we go, that's where the other Predators called into, where they were called to, should I say. And yeah, Assault Terminator is having a bit of a hard time against this Defiler, but thankfully we do have the second Predator armed to the teeth with las cannons, actually firing in all directions. rather than focusing on the Defiler, so probably was sent on an attack move rather than to specifically destroy that Defiler. So yeah, Cloaked Chaos Space Marines, as you can see, they're taking ages to destroy the Space Marine player's base, because really they're plasma rifles, well, they do good damage towards infantry units, they're not too good against buildings. So I was kind of hoping to see both armies engaging each other head on in a final battle, but what the hell, I suppose seeing a base race isn't too bad either, right? I mean, nothing like watching invisible troops firing at stationary buildings while their elite troops also fire at other stationary buildings. So yeah, Space Marine player is still hoarding resources for whatever reason. And Chaos Space Marine player is hoarding loads of resources, wow. He really should have built more troops actually. And yeah, it looks like I think a Possessed Squad was created. I can't quite see any of their bodies though, but in any case they're no longer there, and yeah, the Bloodthirster, which was being researched in the Demon Pit, is gone as well, so yeah, Chaos Space Marine player not really left with much, and yeah, he can't start a building here because he doesn't have a vision of that point. So Chaos Space Marine is managing to do a bit of damage, but they haven't really destroyed any critical buildings or anything. I mean, Plasma Generators are still up, I think they managed, oh no, the Armory is still up even. Sacred Artifact, Stronghold, Barracks, Machine Cult, yeah, it's all still up really, while the Space Marine player Hellstorm is still being able to destroy quite a bit of valuable infrastructure for the Chaos Space Marine player, and he's actually annihilated him, so yeah. Justice deciding to stick there till the bitter end, so going up in a bit of a fireball there. Demonic fireball, I suppose you could say, and yeah, his troops just disappearing into thin air as well. Yeah, interesting game. I had to fast forward a few times there though, so I didn't quite like having to do that, but what can you do? In the parts that actually, where the players actually attacked each other, that was pretty good, so there you go. So we'll be uploading this game a bit later on, and until that happens, this has been Damien Vidvich, signing off.